From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Thursday, January 29th, 2026.
I'm Dave Boucher with the Detroit Free Press. Federal immigration officials detained multiple parents of Ypsilanti students this week in actions labeled deeply distressing by community officials. Washtenaw County Sheriff Alicia Dyer said in a Facebook post that on Tuesday, January 27th, her office, quote, received multiple reports from community members that ICE detained a mother in front of her child in the Ypsilanti area, along with other residents, unquote. It's unclear if Dyer is stating definitively that this occurred. She explained, quote, based on the information we currently have, ICE activity did not occur on any school grounds. However, it did take place near bus stops in the Ypsilanti community, and it appears that parents connected to local schools were targeted at a bus stop in Ypsilanti during student drop-off times. In a letter to the Ypsilanti Community Schools community, Superintendent Alina Zachary-Ross said, quote, we have received confirmation that several parents in our community were taken into custody while off school grounds. ICE did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The immigration activity sparked outcry from local and state leaders who called on the legislature to take up bills that would bar ICE from taking action at schools, places of worship, and other similar locations. The move by federal officials also comes a week after the Washtenaw County Commission approved a resolution that aims to bar ICE from entering or using any county property unless they have a valid judicial warrant. State Senator Jeff Irwin, an Ann Arbor Democrat, said in a phone interview he was aware of the ICE activity and hoped it would spur action from his colleagues at the legislature. A Senate committee is scheduled to discuss the bill related to ICE on Thursday, January 29th. Irwin thinks the Senate, controlled by Democrats, will eventually pass the measures, but he's less optimistic about their chances in the GOP-controlled House. Still, he noted the depth of public pushback on federal immigration enforcement in Minnesota, where 2 U.S. citizens recently shot and killed by ICE agents, could prompt Michigan lawmakers to recognize action is necessary. Irwin said, quote, I don't feel like I need to carry my passport when I go to Kroger or when I go for a walk around my neighborhood. I wish I lived in a nation where everyone who was here legally felt that way, and I know that's not true anymore. Read more about ICE activity in Metro Detroit at freep.com.
This is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan. The 2026 Honda Prelude. It is a pretty car, but it's not pretty fast. And Honda will be the first one to admit that. It's not a sports car, they say, despite its sleek looks. It's a GT, which stands for Grand Touring, which means it's a pretty car for a couple of people to go for a Sunday drive, and it's all of that. It's got a hybrid drivetrain that delivers 44 miles a gallon in combined city and highway driving. It's also got some new technology to mimic the sound and feeling of a 4-cylinder engine and a manual transmission being enthusiastically driven. I don't find those features totally compelling, but it's a lovely car, it's a comfortable car, and they're not going to sell a whole lot of them, so you will be the only one in your neighborhood with one. It's available now for $42,000.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.